First of all, Jürgen, obviously there's been reports about Adam Lallana's potential new contract. What is the situation there? How close is it to being done, and how important for your future plans that it is?
First of all, yes, Adam is a very important player for the squad. With a pretty long contract still. So, how close? We won't talk about this, but about that says nothing about his importance in the squad and in the team, if we negotiate or not. So that's all how it is always when we speak. Then we speak with the player, and then we have to speak to agents. And when something is decided, then we inform you immediately, but not beforehand.
Bringing up the goalkeeper situation, saw that Harris is now going to take over the role of number one once more. Is that correct? If so, how was Simon taking it, and what have you seen from Karius to see that he is ready to assume that role again?
It is what? It's thought means
So,
you think, or somebody told you.
You've decided that Karius is going to take on the role as Liverpool's number one first choice goalkeeper again.
Again? Well, who said that I decided? I'm only interested.
It's
a rumor.
There's been reports.
Been reported. Oh my God.
It's something that we've got to check out, though, isn't it?
Yeah. No. So I decided nothing in this case. So it's obviously that we had not 100 fantastic games in a row. So that involves different players, myself and everything, but it's not that we make a decision like this then in this moment. So it's not, no, there's nothing to say about actually, but it's not right that anybody could have this information. Whoever gave you the information, please delete him from your information, I don't know, list.
You understand that we have to check that, obviously.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Perception is, at the moment, given the run that you're on, the self-confidence among the players is low, yet when facing top six opposition, you're obviously beaten against them this season. You've taken 13 points from a possible 21 against top six opposition. What impact then does that have?
Should have been, by the way, or even more. Offside goal, Man United, and Tottenham, and so on. And so, okay, I know. Yeah.
So with that kind of record, what impact does it have on the mindset going into a game against Spurs?
Yeah, of course. First of all, it's rather positive than anything else, but it doesn't help a lot. It's not that we think now, okay, thank God we play Tottenham and nobody else or something like this. We brought ourselves in a situation that if we play really good and win, maybe what will be really difficult, how everybody knows, then everybody say, yeah, against the top teams, they are good. If we don't perform, then it's another not good information for us. So we have to make sure that we are really ready for this game, and then we think about other issues. We have them nearly 2 weeks after the Tottenham game to solve all the other problems, if there are still any, and that's the job to do. So it's not that we know that we can do a lot of good things still. But of course, at the end, we everything what I could say here again cannot make the difference. We have to show it. We have to show it on the pitch. But how everybody could know against a team like Tottenham, we need everything what Liverpool is able to do. So it's really, really important for us. Not only in this situation, it would have been important in each situation in the table. But of course, in this moment, it a little bit more important. We are aware of this and. Strong opponent, and until yesterday or whatever, not a flying situation for us. And so it's if we play like if we played in the first half against Hull, no chance. If we play like in the second half, better chance. But we should even play better than in the second half. But it's a different game. Everybody knows about the way Tottenham is playing. It's a strong side. It's a grown I don't kind of grown together, yeah, side. Few injury issues as we have, and so yeah, interesting challenge, and yeah, will be exciting.
Jürgen, you talked there about how the Tottenham team have grown, how everyone's complementing the way they are at the moment. But back in October and November, they had the same run of form as you've had at the moment, 1 win in 10 matches. How much an example are Tottenham to your players, to the fans, to everyone around Liverpool about how things can change?
Yeah, thank you very much for reminding me on this, but I had no idea about actually, because I don't think too much about other teams, but I knew before, without the example of Tottenham, that things like this happen. It's a lot of, we could find a lot of explanation for things what happened a month ago, 5 weeks ago, whatever, last week, all that stuff. A lot of things are clear, but in the end, in our situation, and the job we have to do is not to look for excuses. We have to look for solutions, and that's what we are doing, of course. And how I said, not flying doesn't mean that you cannot win the next game. So it's pretty more difficult probably to convince people about the fact that we can win against Tottenham, and but that's the situation, and that's changed nothing actually. So we have to be really concentrated. We have to we had now a good week to train. We did 100% the right things. Not highest intensity in this part of the season. Only really, again, tactical things, what we have to do in which situation, all that stuff. Because unfortunately, football is not like riding a bike. You can miss it. That's how it is, and that's especially the things together. And sometimes in football, a few yards on a pitch make a big difference, and costs you then confidence in the right moment. So that's, but how always in all situations in life to deserve luck, the only way is to work, and that's what we do. One of your machines is obviously, I think this one. Yes, is the battery is low or empty? I'm not sure. Yeah. Our battery, by the way, is not. So yeah, that's how it is. Look, my job is never easy, but it's always easy to enjoy it. But because it's football, and each situation is a challenge. If you are in a wonderful position, then you have to make sure that you stay in this situation. If you are not in this situation, you have to make sure that you sort all the problems immediately. That's how it is. But it's always the job to do, and so it's not that I love this most, but it's part of the job, and it's very interesting and helps a lot to know more and more and more about everything and everybody and all that stuff. And so, but we have to, and that's the best thing and the best news in football. You have to always the opportunity really to win the next game, and the next game is Saturday Tottenham. Wonderful, 5:30, fantastic time, night time if you want, flat light again, great atmosphere again. That's all still enjoyable, and that's what we should use.
Joel Matip told us yesterday that during these sort of periods, they can make you stronger. You can learn more about yourself as well. Is that how you see it? Have you learned more about your team?
Yeah, of course.
During this period?
Yeah, of course, about everything. About everything. It's still 16 months, whatever. It's meanwhile a long term, but it's of course not the world longest term. That's how it is. Of course, we learned. Yeah, that's. I know that, especially in this moment, nobody want to hear this, but it's important. And how everybody still knows it. We are still. Convinced that it's a long-term project. Means we need each information, few less, a few more. So, but you have to take them and learn from it. Learn of it. That's how it is. And of course you learn in situations like this. The players learn, but always with my advice. So I cannot step back and say, well, let's see how they react or whatever. It's my job to bring them in the right situation, to bring them in the situation that they really are sure, yes, there's a chance, there's a big chance, there's a fantastic opportunity for us to in this next game, and that's what we try to do the whole week.
You obviously have confidence in your methods, and you talked about how you this job is not easy. Well, the job is never easy. You just said that a few minutes ago. But the kind of defeat and performance against Hull and the run of form that you're on right now, does that make you look and question everything
No.
with more detail?
If the only to understand right, if the performance of the first half makes me what look.
Well, just the defeat against Hull and the run of form, does it make you sort of look at everything in more detail in trying to find solutions to the situation that we're in? To overlook things and what you can do better?
Well, look, that would mean we won't do this in after better games, but actually that's not the case. We make analyses in each situation. 5-0 win. It's easier, more fun. So it's easy to watch a game again. We won 5-0. It's much more difficult to watch the first half of the Hull game, but it's a job to do. So no, that's not. And I don't question everything, or I don't overthink everything, or whatever. No, I know. I can explain a few individual performances of Hull first half. So that's easy for me to explain it for myself. It's not interesting and not important for public, but that makes a big difference then in the game. But actually, we had no sign in the week that this will happen. We had a good game, more than good game against Chelsea. 3-4 days to go between the games. That's no time where you can train a lot, where you make a recovery, you make a little bit preparation for the game. It's all, and then this first half. So it's not a physical issue, obviously, because the second half was nothing to see of any physical issues. So that's all the fact. And everything is easier when you win games. It's easier to talk about. It's easier, but that actually the job is the same to do, only with other impressions, and then to fix it. That's the most interesting part in my job, actually.
James, do you get frustrated, Jürgen, by the inconsistency? Are you scratching your head when you see your side play like they did against Chelsea, and then you have the first half like they did against Hull?
If I get frustrated, I'm not sure. I'm still not 100% sure if the word frustrated is the right word for it. That's only a language issue. I was not happy about the first half. You can imagine. So I saw it and thought. I remember second half. I thought even when we win it, I'm still angry about the first half. So that was what I thought during the game, because the first half absolutely we should not play like this. Yeah? So that's really not what we should do. We flew there, night in the hotel, all that stuff. It's all for being prepared. Everything is perfect around, and you play this kind of football. So I don't say that it's my responsibility. But it doesn't mean that I can't be angry. I can be angry on myself, on everything. That's what happened. But one night later, you watch the game again, you see it again, and you can. It's clear what was wrong. The reason why we did it wrong is not always clear, but sometimes it's not important. Why did it wrong? You don't have to fix it immediately, and because we have no time to always to watch back and say, oh, maybe this was the reason, that was the reason. We spoke about everything, of course, you can imagine. And then it's really important that when you spoke about the important things for the players, that you then carry on, and that's what we did. And then immediately, because it's again a different game, different challenges in what we have to be ready for in the game against Tottenham, and then go for it.
How important will the home fans be for you this weekend?
Look, that's another thing. What's easier? It's easier when you win 20 games in a row and say, and the fans need to be there and all that stuff. I'm not silly. I know that people now, when I say it now, that they then think, yeah. First of all, you have to perform. But it would be really nice if we all together can create an atmosphere which is outstanding, because everything else would be waste of time. So we are there again with everything we have, being in the hall the night before, preparing everything, making video meetings, making meetings, all that stuff. People have a longer or not that long trip to the stadium. Everything is prepared. So when we are there, then we have to use the time. That's how I see it. But of course, I know this is not a situation when I can force it and say, come on. I hope that still everybody knows how important it is and is ready to deliver.
Have recent results meant you spent more time
doing the coaching you want to do.
But, yeah. Actually, most of the time I do what I have to do, and not what I want to do. So if I do always what I want to do, I love them watching in shooting sessions. So, but that doesn't help a lot. So, but it's fantastic. We cannot do this all the time, even when people think you don't score. So please train shooting, and we do it, but we cannot do it all the time. And of watching them in different kind of games. So that's not what we do. We do usually what we have to do, of course. Yes, but we recognized that at one point we lost the flow. Of course. So, and in this moment, you not only lose the flow, then you have then this and that, and this player's out, and this player's coming back, but no rhythm. This player's coming back, but from another country, and all that stuff. Then this player's injured, and coming back after how many days, and then you come in, and another two players are ill or injured. So that's how it is. That's in a good moment not a problem, but it's really rare that one player's out and the other player who comes in is then in a world-class situation because of playing not for a long time. That's all clear. You know all about this. In this moment, I understand 100%, respect it, absolutely, that you have all these questions. But actually, I'm in this moment nearly 0.0 interested in what was. I am much more interested what will happen, what will be, and what we can do, and which results we can get, which performance we can show, and all that stuff. Where and when we can deliver. And in my dreams, we can win 14 games. And again, I know how it sounds, but I cannot change my dreams actually. So and that's what I'm working for. And after these 14 games, it's another moment when we have to. Then we watch back, then we look back, then we use all the experiences, then we use all the things we learned about each other and all that stuff. And then, yes, and we will make decisions that will help us in the next season. That's the plan.
Just any injury concerns ahead of the game?
Yeah, what can I say? It's not 100% sure if Dejan Lovren can train today, still. Problems. But we have still hope that it's possible. So we'll see in a few minutes. And Adam Lallana was out for 2 days with a little problem with the Achilles. It was, we have to see. He's willing, and we want for sure to try that he can train today, and then he's available for tomorrow because it was only 2 days. Ragnar Klavan had a real bacterial infection. So 6 days in bed and all that stuff. Lost a little bit of weight. Was running day before yesterday. Yesterday felt much better. Is involved in training today, but we have to see what we can do with him. And then the long-term injuries, nothing changed.
Thanks, everyone.
Welcome.